Hey everybody, waiting for Marissa to
Hi.
connect. Hey Marissa, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We have, all right, a bunch of people coming on here. I'm here with Marissa Marx. She is a baker and creator of Succulents and Spice. Is that right?
Yes, succulents and spice.
All right, so we're going to do a little bit of donut tasting. We're going to talk about your story and why you got into this whole thing, and we'll do a little bit of that. So, if you could tell everybody a little bit about yourself and why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So my name is Marissa Marx, and I just graduated from FAU, Go Owls, in December in
How
communication, and I graduated in communication. I've always, or I've started my work in the Jewish community. I worked for a Jewish sleepaway camp, and then I recently transitioned to a synagogue in Boca, where I work in the marketing department. And working from home for a synagogue is great, but I needed a little more spice in my life. So, and I'm never too busy. So I was like, I need to do something. So I bake a lot. And my roommate and my boyfriend are probably tired of me baking all the time, and like they're tired of eating all the time. They don't want to gain the quarantine 15. So I was like, I got to do something. So for me to go to bed happy at night and wake up excited, I like to feel fulfilled. So I was like, I got to do something for charity. And I saw that Feeding South Florida was doing everything they could in their power to feed the homeless community and the people who are struggling without work right now in South Florida. So I was like, this is who I want to team up with. I did a little research on their site and I saw how much it costs for them to like make a meal kit. So
Mhm.
I felt like it was the best bang for everybody else's buck. So I wanted to tie in my love of baking and my love of philanthropy. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to start this project. And I asked a couple people at first if they thought it was a good idea. And everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Like, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So I did. And I just thought it was going to be this little project.
Mhm.
And my first goal was $500, and I've raised so far $2,433 for Feeding South
Wow.
Florida. So I
All
was way
donuts.
in over my head.
All in donuts. That's amazing.
Yeah, so far I've made over 613 donuts.
Well, you broke up there a little bit. What? How many?
613 donuts so far.
Wow, that's incredible. And hopefully we can break that 1,000 mark.
I would love that. Yeah. So when I first started, I had one donut pan of 6 donut holes,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't order more donut holes until last week. And I was like, you know what? I would probably save a lot of time if I had more donut pans.
Oh my goodness.
So I just started. My last 3 batches have just been with baking 18 donuts at a time instead of 6 at a time, and it's amazing.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, I have donut pans if you need any more to
Oh,
borrow.
cool. Thanks.
Um, so, where do people go to place orders right now? Where would you like them to go?
Yeah, so if you go to my website, marissa-marks.com, you'll see at the top there's a few tabs you can click. You can click Donut Go Hungry, or you can just go to marissa-marks.com/donut/go-hungry. I can write it down here for people.
And I'm going to do a follow-up post after we finish up. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to be donating a box to some lucky person that follows the rules on our little giveaway that we're going to do. So stay tuned to both of our pages, Marissa-Marks and Donutbragger, for a giveaway that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned for that, and we'll put all the information about ordering and all that kind of stuff, as you know, so that everyone knows where to go and how to get things. So, um, All right. So, and you said you raised 20, how much so far?
I've had just over 70 orders and I've raised $2,433.
Okay. What's the minimum donation for a box?
It's $10 minimum for 6 donuts.
Okay. So, all right. So let's get into the donut side of this.
The fun stuff.
Yeah, you provided me with some of your creative COVID-related donut terms or donut references, which are pretty cool. And we're going to taste some of these today and show you what Marissa's been making. So we're going to start out with the peanut butter not be COVID-19. So
that's a fan favorite.
Fan favorite. So I'm guessing, and I don't know. You didn't tell me which one, so I'm gonna guess that.
No, that one's cookie don't go to the or cookie
Oh.
don't leave your home.
Oh man, smell like. Okay, no, it doesn't smell like peanut butter. Okay. Let's see, then is it the one with the Reese's on top?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the peanut butter not be COVID-19.
Yes.
I mean, look, it looks incredible, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to try this one. Oh, wow, that's great. So tell us about the cake that you're using for these donuts.
Yeah, so that donut is a peanut butter donut with a chocolate Reese's frosting and crushed up miniature Reese's cups and peanut butter chips on top.
Wow, that's great. That's delicious.
Yeah, that one's good.
The peanut butter cake is great. That's, when looking at different donuts, I mean, I go to donut shops all over the country, and everyone always asks, what's your first go-to donut? Like, what do you look for? And I usually just get the glazed donut because I want to see what their batter or their donut tastes like, the actual donut, not all the stuff on top of it. And I tasted that one, and I can taste the dough and how good it tastes, and it's not like put the pre-made dough pre-made mix into a bowl and mix it up. It's really good. It's really delicious.
Thank you.
All right, so next one, this one I'm going to get right. I'm pretty confident. Donut go to the Storeo, and that's this one here.
Yes.
All right, so this is Oreos on top. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, so that's a chocolate donut with the frosting is made out of the Oreo filling, and on top is crushed Oreo crackers, like the two sandwiches, but not the filling.
Creative. That's really good. All right. I like this this one here, socially distant strawberry. And I know, I hope she's watching now. Sammy loves strawberry, so I'm sure she'll be looking to taste this one here.
Yeah, that one.
Is it this one?
A lot of people don't order that one because it doesn't have all the fun toppings and everything, but it's actually my favorite, and I'm a big chocolate person, so it's a surprise that I love that one so much.
Yeah, strawberry. I mean, it has a lot of flavor when it's put into the batter. So I'm a plain person. I like plain. So
yeah, and there's nothing healthy about it, just because it has strawberry.
Of course, it's healthy. It's got fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it. Oh, that's good. That's very good. And so, each donut that you make, are you making it with? So you have that 6-pan. Are you putting different batter in each one as you're baking these, or how are you doing that?
I'm making each batter to create 18 donuts so that I fill all 18 donut spots in the pan.
Uh-huh.
So that no batter goes to waste and no empty shell on the donut pan. So I'm making 18 at a time. They bake for 10 minutes, and then after that I clean, I wash my dishes, I sanitize my surface, and I start a new donut.
Gotcha. Okay.
I recently figured out that my best attempt is to, or my best effort is to make all the donuts and then make all the icings.
Okay.
So my house is covered in donuts, and then I make the icings, and then they start getting boxed.
What other types of baking do you do? Is this going to be something after you reach your goals, or is it something that you're going to move into? Where you're going to start baking other products and look to, what are your future plans?
Yeah, so if you visit marissa-marx.com, I have a whole blog where I bake bread and cupcakes and cookies and a ton of stuff. The donuts just seemed like the best option for this project because they do bake fast and I can make multiple at one time.
Uh-huh.
And the name worked with Donut Go Hungry. So,
yeah.
And it's funny because when I was in the beginning stages, my other option was bundt cakes, like mini bundt cakes, and calling it Kick Hunger in the Bundt. And now that I've had so much success, I'm so glad that I didn't do bundt cakes because those bake for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I do like to bake all sorts of things. I actually have another project in the works that has to do with cookies. So the donuts I don't see an end in sight for the donuts. I'm like so happy with how much success this has brought. I'm working on thinking up some summer donut flavors. So we're going to have like a margarita donut, a coconut donut, a lemon donut.
And so something that my daughter would ask is, what about gluten-free donuts? Because
I have had some requests for gluten-free, dairy-free. Yesterday, somebody asked if I make plant-based donuts. So I do need to start adding in the gluten-free friendly things and the dairy-free friendly things. So it's in the works.
In the works. Okay, good. All right, so let's go back into this. We have now, I'm sure everyone that's watching has probably had one of these types of events occur during this quarantine, having a Zoom meeting. So the next one is Zoom Brunch Crunch. And that one is, I'm going to say this one here.
Yes.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about this donut.
So this is a milk-based donut. It has a lot of milk and not too much sugar because it has crushed up Cinnamon Toast Crunch in it. Mm-hmm. So that gives it a lot of the sugary sweet flavor.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for someone who likes a glazed donut, that's the closest thing to a glazed donut you're gonna get.
Right.
It's my boyfriend's #1 favorite. It's got crushed up Cinnamon Toast Crunch within the batter, and then the top is a milk frosting, so it tastes like if you soak Cinnamon Toast Crunch in milk, you let it sit, and then you use just the milk part of it. That's what the glaze tastes like, and then it's got some crushed Cinnamon Toast Crunch on top.
So it's so creative how you're using elements of everything in the actual donut. It's not just like, okay, I'm going to make an Oreo donut and just slap some icing on it and put crushed Oreos on top. It's actually like taking from the actual Oreo, putting it on. I mean, it's really creative, and
there was a lot of trial and error.
How much trial and error was there? How long have you been working on stuff?
Donut had one donut had 3 test batches, but each donut had 1 to 2 test batches before I figured out the perfect recipe. So I had a lot of time to think like, this needs a little more of this or a little less of this. The first, if you're going to have another donut, I would suggest the Protect Your Grandma, which is the s'mores donut.
Okay.
I put so much nutmeg in it at first that it was like not great, but now it's probably the #1 ordered donut.
Yeah, and I was before we started, I was like moving them around just to make sure that they were easy to grab. And this one I actually got a secret taste of the marshmallow because it got on my fingers, and it's really good.
Yeah, that one was a little tough, but I knew that if I perfected the recipe, I would be able to sell a lot of those because it's visually pleasing and everyone loves a good Instagram aesthetic.
Yeah. It definitely.
So yeah, so it's a chocolate donut with nutmeg in it, and it's a marshmallow fluff frosting. At first, I was just using the marshmallow fluff as the frosting, but then I added some heavy whipping cream to make it a little more smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some drizzled chocolate on top with crushed graham cracker pieces.
And that's called Protect Your Grandmama.
Yes, protect your grandma.
Grand,
Grandma.
grandma. Or grandmama, grandma. Um, all right. So the next one that we're going to go is Don't Mingle, Sprinkle. And I believe that's this one here.
Yes.
So this is are there sprinkles inside the dough?
Yes, that is a funfetti donut with a vanilla frosting and sprinkles on top. A classic.
Oh, and who doesn't like the funfettis?
Yes, exactly.
For all those Jersey Shore fans, the situation loves his funfettis, as he said.
I love the Jersey Shore.
Who doesn't? I mean, it's like you can't turn away. My wife, she was away from it for a while. I just got her back into it with the new season, and I think I got her hooked again. But
I love sprinkles. I've loved sprinkles ever since I was young, and I think that my donut obsession started with sprinkles. I used to, my mom's watching this, so she can vouch for me. I used to have her make me a bagel in the morning with cream cheese on top and put sprinkles on top of the bagel with cream cheese.
oh wow,
Yes, I love sprinkles.
that's amazing. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, they're sugar,
They're colorful. They're
they're
great.
colorful, they're great. And funfetti's even better. I mean, it's got fun in the word. I mean, how could you not like funfetti?
Exactly.
All right, so this next one is chocolate COVID donut. And that's this one here, right?
Yes, that is all for the real chocolate lover.
The real chocolate lover.
Yes.
I have to be honest, I'm not a huge chocolate lover, but for the
cause.
for the cause and for the gram, I'm gonna taste it, of course.
So that's a chocolate donut with chocolate chips in the batter.
Oh, good.
Chocolate icing and chocolate sprinkles.
So you put chocolate sprinkles in the batter.
Yes. I put chocolate chips in the batter.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate icing, chocolate sprinkles on top. Big sprinkle girl.
And everyone's will see I'm drinking a lot of water because to get the flavor of the donut, gotta make sure that your palate's totally clear.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is our last donut that we have, a part of the pack here, and it's the one that I thought was the peanut butter one, but it's not the peanut butter one. It's called Cookie Don't Leave Your Home.
That's it.
And everyone's noticing like all of these theme names are related to what everyone's been dealing with these past 2 months and being in quarantine. So this one here, tell us about this one.
So that was another one that was worth a couple tries because I knew that it would get a lot of love if I succeeded. So that is a plain donut, not too much sugar, not healthy, but not too much sugar, with cookie dough, edible cookie dough on top. I didn't want to put too much sugar in the batter because I know the cookie dough is super sugary.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't want to overwhelm you. But whenever I have the extra cookie dough, I just want to eat the cookie dough plain because it's so good.
And did you make the cookie dough?
I did.
So what? How do you make an edible cookie dough?
So in order for it to be edible, the flour has to be microwaved or baked because you can get I'm losing the word, salmonella from flour.
Mm-hmm.
And no egg. So it has butter, milk, chocolate chips, vanilla, and a little bit of milk. That's it.
Very interesting.
And heated up flour. I heat the flour in the microwave for 60 seconds. I like to put the flour in last which
Okay.
is very rare because then when the flour sits on top of the chocolate chips for a little bit, it gives the cookie dough a nice dark color rather than looking like raw cookie dough.
Right. I mean, it's interesting because thinking about how that's made, to make that gluten free is pretty easy. You just switch the regular flour for gluten
Yeah,
free.
that one, I actually am making an order on Friday for somebody who's dairy free, and that was really easy to switch up because I just had to change the chocolate chips
Mm-hmm.
so that they weren't milk chocolate chips, and I had to change the milk to be almond milk.
Gotcha. Okay. Very, very cool. So what Feeding South Florida is where the donations are going to go. When are you looking to make your final donation to them? How long is this going to go on for? While you're
Now that I have raised more than I could have ever expected, I think I'm going to try and get to 3,000 before I donate.
Mhm.
And I'm really not far away. I'm at $2,433.
And I'm sure people are going to start ordering after seeing this broadcast here. Especially the local South Florida people.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm sure my followers that are outside of Florida are wondering, oh, why can't these be shipped? It is very difficult to ship donuts.
It is.
I've had donuts shipped to me from all over the place. Um, um, and this is no plug for Goldbelly at all. That's a company that ships all different types of desserts and meals all over the place, and it's okay, but again, it's not the same as being fresh and the same day. And so once they place the order, are you doing all the deliveries?
I am. Like I said, I expected this to be a very small project, so I work 9 to 5. I wake up at 6. I start baking until 9, and then when I finish work at 5, I do deliveries or I do more baking depending on the day. I live in a pretty central location, but I'm getting orders from Palm Beach and orders from Broward, a couple from Miami. So I'm doing them on separate days so that I'm not driving all over the place. But I'm hand delivering the donuts. A couple people have chosen to come pick up the donuts from me, which
Mm-hmm.
is also, you can do that. I live in Pompano Beach. Take a nice drive down A1A, get out of your house, come pick up donuts. They'll be ready.
Awesome. Well, so if you can just give everybody your Instagram and the website again so that they know where to go. And
Yes. I just want to add, I saw someone ask a question about donating if you're not local or if you don't want the donuts. You have a couple options. You can order a batch or half a dozen for someone who lives locally, who lives in Miami, Broward, or Palm Beach counties, or you can just simply donate. So if you go to my website, marissa-marx.com, you click on Donut Go Hungry and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see a button that says Make a Donation. You can do it there. You can also follow me on Instagram at Marissa, Marissa.Marx, MARX, and send me a DM, and I will be happy to help you. And I'll type my Instagram handle down here so it's easy to locate.
right, and there was a question here: are they cake or fried? They're cake donuts and they're baked.
Yes, they are cake donuts and they are baked.
And I apologize if I didn't get to any of these questions. This is actually my first live interview Instagram broadcast. So
Mine too.
so learning as I go, trying to figure all this out. But it's pretty cool. We had a great group of people that have been writing here that I didn't acknowledge. So and you acknowledged how to donate. Let's see. Everyone's
If
saying
anyone has any
hey.
additional questions, feel free to drop them below.
And Alana Sky loves sprinkles, just like you. And Jill Saperstein loves the Jersey Shore.
And thank you to Jill for connecting us.
Yes, thank you, Jill. for always looking out for everything Donuts as she is on social media. Thanks, Jill, for that. Spill to Jill. Check her out. I know that she's got some stuff going on with, cat adoption. So if anyone's interested in that, she is definitely can connect you with the right people. A lot of people saying, can we donate without ordering donuts? And the answer is yes. So reach out to Marissa. She'll definitely help you out there. Let's see. People looking to ship to New York. This is great. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of activity. That's fun.
I gotta figure out something that can be shipped, like maybe making cookies but putting holes in the middle so that they look like donuts, but they can ship.
Donut cookies. That is still considered somewhat of a donut. It's a donut shape. That's a question that gets asked all the time. What makes it a donut? And certainly looking like a donut. You can say that, but it's still a cookie. It's not a donut.
Yes, I agree.
All right. So those of you that are following, I just have to do one quick shout out here. So some of you have seen these while I'm out and about in, of course, keeping my distance. These are custom made, painted donut shoes.
Those are amazing.
By Wardle Customs at Wardle_Customs. Nathan does amazing work. I mean, all hand painted. So if anyone wants to check those out, it's look for Wardle Customs there. He does amazing work and quick turnaround too. So those of you that are interested in custom made painted shoes, does great work. And check out my Instagram. I'm going to be doing some giveaways going on this next week. My good friend, Chef Max Santiago, just opened up his new donut shop. He's doing some pop-ups on the weekends down in Davie. So I'm doing a giveaway for them too. So check out my Instagram, Donutbragger, and appreciate everybody coming out today to talk with us about the donuts and the cause Feeding South Florida with Marissa Marx. And check us both out on Instagram, and we will catch up with you all soon.
Thank you so much, Brian.
No problem. Talk to you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.